Hi fans, and welcome to this 2015 Week 1 edition of the Woodland Hills Football Network pregame show. Last season, the Wolverines stumbled down the stretch, losing 3 of their last 5, including the WPIAL quarterfinal matchup against Pittsburgh Central Catholic. This year, the Wolverines begin their quest for a 6th WPIAL title and that elusive state championship as they host the Peters Township Indians in Week 1. We're going to sit down with Woodland Hills head coach George Novak to review last season, preview this season, and we'll also talk about the off-season program, and we'll also let you see highlights of last year's victory over the Indians. All of that and more as the pregame show rolls on right here on the Woodland Hills Football Network. The Woodland Hills Wolverines entered Week 1, the #1 team in the WPIAL and in the state of Pennsylvania. Expectations were high as the Wolverines traveled to Peters Township to take on the Indians. Jones again with time, steps up into the pocket, he'll dance his way forward, bouncing it to the outside, first down yards, more across the 40. Pounding his way forward, spinning, there goes Miles Sanders inside of the 25, and there's the big playability. Motion man is Shaw from right to left, handoff, Sanders bouncing it left, cuts it back, spins his way forward, 10, 5, end zone, touchdown Woodland Hills. Hard count, Owen rolls to his left, has pressure. And it will be intercepted by the Wolverines. Going down that far sideline is a Wolverine D-back. He has some room in front of him, and he will go to the house as Art Tompkins with the pick 6 from about the 15-yard line. We'll call it 85 yards on the interception return for a touchdown. Long handoff, Miles Sanders bouncing it near side, has a crease inside of the 20, 15, 10, inside of the 5. He'll dance his way down the sideline and into the end zone for a 30-yard Woodland Hills touchdown. And boy, Miles Sanders is something special. Jones is going to hand off on the end around. Nice clear out block there, and there goes Art Tompkins to the house with a 47-yard Woodland Hills touchdown. Owen steps under center. He'll hand off to Capan, who's met in the backfield. Basically, as Capan took the handoff, he was brought down by Wilford Clark. Owen has time. Now pressured late, throws, and it's intercepted. Jahad Brown with the interception for the black and turquoise. Snap a little high, handoff to Joel Shaw. Shaw pounding, barreling, spinning his way inside of the 40. We are the Woodland Hills Wolverines. Since 1987, we've been a part of some of the most electrifying football games in Western Pennsylvania, and we've established a national reputation of excellence. Whether you're a former player, a Woody High alum, a parent, or a fan, you're part of our Wolverine family. And now you can join us by becoming a part of our new booster club, the Wolverine Nation. Visit WHFBA.org and see how your donation can help our student athletes while earning you unique benefits. We're more than just a booster club. We are the Wolverine Nation. Hi again, fans, and welcome back to this Week 1 edition of the Woodland Hills Football Network pregame show. Adam Gusky here, sitting down with Woodland Hills head coach George Novak. And Coach Novak, before we talk about football, the Wolverine Nation lost a great supporter a few weeks ago in the passing of Deuce Krasinski. Talk about his legacy.
Yeah, Deuce is a phenomenal character for the whole WPIAL, and he kind of, being from the Woodland Hills School District from North Braddock, he's been with us since day one as far as Woodland Hills. He kept the stats for the football team for 28 years. He came to every game, kept the stats. I went to all the basketball games, kept the stats and the score for them. And, he was a part of our heritage, a part of our tradition. And he'll truly be missed. I know the coaches and I, regularly the last few years when he couldn't drive anymore, we picked him up, brought him to the games, and took him home after the games, and took him out with us for dinners and stuff like that. But yeah, he's a character. Everybody knew him in the WPIAL. I don't think there'll ever be another Deuce. He was a special guy.
Well, Coach, let's talk about some football. And a season ago, team stumbled down the stretch, losing 3 of 5, including the loss to Pittsburgh Central Catholic in the WPIAL quarterfinals.
Yeah, we lost a couple tough games. There's some good football teams. West Allegheny in overtime, they had a great team. They lost by a touchdown in the finals down at Heinz Field, and Pittsburgh Central Catholic had a great team. And we lost to Penn Hills on a couple pass plays, but they had a good football team too. And Central Catholic, a lot of Division I players, they were able to beat us up at North Allegheny.
Coach, let's talk a little bit about the offseason. First of all, a couple of D1 players coming out of Woodland Hills, going to Youngstown State and Toledo.
We're excited about the future for the seniors that graduated from us. Two of them got to play in the Big 33, Art Walker and Michael Nash. Michael's at Youngstown State. Art went to Toledo, but they did very well in the game. Mike had an interception and Art caught a touchdown pass, so we're real proud of them. And Danny Gibson, and he played in the East-West All-Star game, so he's another one of our guys out there, and he's going to do very well.
Coach, let's talk about another thing that happened in the offseason that you've got to be proud of. Jimmy Tomsula became the head coach of the San Francisco 49ers. Not only was he one of your players, he was one of your assistant coaches as well. Jimmy and Billy Chirpak at TJ, they were with me at Still Valley for their career in high school, and both of them, they're like my sons. That they're just great kids, both of them, and I'm so proud of their careers. Billy's done a great job at TJ, won a few state titles, and had a great career so far. And Jimmy, he came up the hard way in the college coaching ranks and then into the pros, and got selected to be the head coach for the San Francisco 49ers. Couldn't be more proud of him. And one thing, he started the Boys to Men program here that we run with TJ, and he comes out every year. And, it's a great experience for our kids. This past spring, Jimmy invited Bill Chirpak and I out to San Francisco to speak at the San Francisco 49ers High School Coaches Clinic. So both of us went out there, flew out there, and spent a week with him and the team. Got to watch practice and meet a lot of different people, and I got to speak at their clinic out there. It was a great experience. Coach, let's talk about the off-season program for the Woodland Hills football team. Always a rigorous weightlifting and conditioning program, but it moved down to the Wolverines this year. How did that go? Yeah, it was very interesting because we started up, usually we start in December, but the floor in the weight room was cracked, so it wasn't safe to lift there. So we started up, we moved the weights down here to the Wolverines, set up our weightlifting program down here, and there's not a lot of heat over there at the Wolverines, so it was very cold temperatures, but the boys came religiously. They worked very hard. We tried to do a lot of things to keep it warmer, but it never got that warm. But they came and they worked and did a great job. I think all the kids got bigger, faster, and stronger. How was Camp Twin Echoes, a return to the Woodlands? Another great experience. We haven't been up to Twin Echoes since 2009, and I thought we got a special group of seniors, and I think the biggest thing that we had to do was to unify them and to form a bond, and that's one thing camp does. It makes us a family, and I think going up there was a great experience for the kids. We go up there, it's up in the wilderness. It's not the best of situations as far as fields are not that level, and facilities aren't that great. You're camping out there, but kids did real well. They worked real hard up there. We got a lot of work done, and they bonded up there pretty well. You talked about the senior class, and they're getting a lot of attention, and rightfully so. It's a good group of athletes, and like we talked over the last 4 years when we brought those 4 freshmen up, and 2 of them ended up starting that first year. We didn't expect them to start till sophomores, but they ended up starting as freshmen. Wolford Clark and Miles Sanders. They did a nice job as freshmen. They just got better every year. And Amon Youngblood started his sophomore year. And Joel Shaw came aboard, and Jeremiah Jones. So, we were fortunate. We had some great athletes that we were able to work through the program, and they all were a big part of the program last year. Coach, talk about the offense. What do we expect to see from the Wolverines? We made a couple changes. Deron Cooper was running quarterback, and Miles Sanders is running some quarterback. Jeremiah's playing on the defensive side of the ball at safety. And, we still have Miles and Joel running back. We still got a lot of the guys on the offensive line that played or that were backups last year. We got Jamon Dunn. He was our leading receiver last year. He's back. So
we're excited about the potential. We still got to work with some guys. We still need to develop some more receivers. Stephen Puel's back at tight end, bigger, stronger, faster than last year. We're excited about that. And, we're trying to put it together, see what we do well. First 2 scrimmages, they did very well. And defensively, I think that was the biggest area we thought we lost a lot of kids on defense. We felt real strong about the defensive line, but we had Jordan Scarborough, one of our defensive linemen. He came out with, during heat acclimation week, he tore his ACL. He's getting operated on tomorrow, so he'll probably miss most all of the season. It usually takes 8 or 9 months to recuperate from that. Jeremiah, he's had some problems, some health problems, and now he's getting his appendix out. So he won't be playing for a few weeks. So, we're kind of shorthanded right off the bat. But, some of the young kids have stepped up. We did get 3 of the basketball players to come out, Oliver Abramovich and Tyrese Robinson and Deontay Robertson. 3 guys that played basketball. They were the heart and soul of the basketball team, and they came out for the team, and they have a lot of potential. They haven't played football for a while, but they're learning the game, and I think they're going to really help us down the stretch.
How about the kicking game?
Our kicking game, we lost two. That's a big part of it. We lost a couple guys. This year we have a guy that came out from the golf team, and he wanted to play football. He lifted with us and worked hard, and didn't really want to think about kicking, but we talked him into it, and he's right now he's our top kicker, Tom Foglia. He does a nice job. He's a running back, and he's also our kicker right now. On the punch side of the ball, we have Chris Wilson, who was our backup last year, and he's doing a nice job punting. So we have our snapper back, Steve Rickard, did a nice job the last couple of years. He was our snapper, and Mike Whitehurst was our holder last year, so they're back.
Let's talk about this Friday night's game. Word around the campfire is that the Peters Township Indians have improved mightily since last year.
They had a lot of young guys playing last year, so coming back, they have a lot of guys with experience. They did lose their quarterback and went to James Madison, but the Owens boy, but he was very good. But they, just watching them on tape in their scrimmages, they're a team to reckon with. They have nice size on the offensive line. They have a couple fast kids at running back, and they got some tall receivers.
The Wolverine Nation was very, very kind to me. Back in February, I lost my dad, and I got a lot of well wishes from a lot of good folks out there, and something very special happened, and that was that you came to my dad's service, and I want to thank you very much for that. You hadn't seen him in almost 20 years, and you were there for my family.
Well, you're one of us, man. You're like my own kid too, and your dad was a good friend of mine during those days, and always had something to make me laugh. Your dad was a funny guy, good guy, good-hearted guy, and he and your mom were good people. I felt for you and her because that's a tough loss because it was an early age.
Coach, thanks a lot for your time. Good luck this week against the Indians, and we'll talk to you again next week.
Thanks, Adam.
We'll be back with more of the pregame show right after this here on the Woodland Hills Football Network.
Hi, Wolverine fans. My name is Eric Schuley, and this is the Wolverine Watch. In this segment, let's take a look at the week ahead for the rest of the fall sports teams at Woodland Hills. Cross country kicks off their season with the Gateway Invitational on Saturday, September 5th. On Tuesday, September 8th, the field hockey team travels to Penn Trafford. On Saturday morning, the JV football squad will take on Peters Township. On Tuesday, September 8th, the boys golf team takes on Fox Chapel and Franklin Regional. And then on Thursday, September 10th, the Wolverines will take on the Seton LaSalle Rebels. On Tuesday, September 8th, the boys soccer team will take on the Franklin Regional Panthers. And then on Thursday, they will take on the Fox Chapel Foxes. As for the ladies, on Wednesday, September 9th, the soccer team takes on the rival Gateway Gators. On Thursday, September 10th, the girls tennis team will take on the Shadyside Academy Indians. As for the girls volleyball team, they have a long week ahead with 4 matches. They start with the Trinity Christian Tournament on Saturday, September 5th. Then on Tuesday, September 8th, they take on the Fox Chapel Foxes. On Wednesday, September 9th, they will take on the Taylor Alderdice Dragons. And on Thursday, September 10th, they will face the Oakland Catholic Eagles. That'll do it for this week's edition of the Wolverine Watch. We'll talk to you again next week.
And now let's take a look at the MSA Sports WPIAL Quad A Top 10 rankings. Again, fans, we thank you for joining us for this Week 1 edition of the Woodland Hills Football Network pregame show. As always, we'll be broadcasting this week's game against the Indians live on television on Monroeville Comcast Cable Channel 13, Penn Hills Comcast Cable Channel 98, Verizon Fios Channel 37, and on our YouTube channel. Also, our radio broadcast can be heard live on our flagship radio station, AM 1550 WZUM, and on the web at woodlandhillsfootballnetwork.com. Our radio broadcast is also live and archived on msasports.net. And don't forget, you can tune in to replays of Friday night's game on all of our television affiliates and our YouTube channel. For everybody at the Woodland Hills Football Network, I'm Adam Gusky, and we'll talk to you again next week. This has been a presentation of the Woodland Hills Football Network. Watch us on YouTube, like us on Facebook, follow us on Twitter, and as always, visit us at woodlandhillsfootballnetwork.com.